Hello, this is Odell, and this tutorial is about the input function. In a normal program, most all programs, you input some data, you process the data, and then you output the data. Here is a very simple program actually that doesn't do any processing, but it utilizes the input function in order to get information from the user. The way this function works is it will have a prompt right here that's displayed on the screen, and then it will accept an answer from the user and store it as a string. Now this is really important to know that it always stores it as a string no matter what the user enters. Remember our three data types: strings, integers, which are whole numbers, floats, which are numbers with decimals. There is Boolean also, but that's actually just a 1 or a 0, so it's actually really just a certain type of integer. So let's run this module. What is your full name? That's not tough. So it got the input here, as you can see here on this line, and then it printed it out, printed hello first. The comma means you print out the next part of it, and full name is the variable. So hello and Aaron Odell. Okay, fine and dandy. Let's open a new one off the desktop, and let's do another input program. Let's have a look at this one. I'm going to close the shell here. So this is a well-commented program, and the variables are declared first, so all the variables are at the beginning of the program, and I also wrote what the variables are for, so anybody can grab hold of this program later and use it. Now, since the input function only will receive strings, if we need a number, we have to convert it later. So that's what we've done here. Sales total equals input, enter the projected sales. The user will enter a number, which is going to be actually entered or stored, as a string. So I have to take that variable and set it equal to itself, basically. But first I run this float, or there's another one called int, which converts it to an integer. So here I'm converting sales total to an integer, and then I can do my processing and taking the sales total and times it by 23, because that's what's going to be the profit. If the person has $55 worth of total sales, the actual profit from it would be that $55 times 23, and then I'm going to display that profit. So let's run this. So let's say I have $55 worth of sales, 55.77, doesn't matter, that's more reasonable. The profit is $12.82.71. There is a way to clean that up. I'll show that to you later. But let me show you what happens here. Let's close the shell. If I comment out this line, now I'm going to be multiplying a string by a float. Run, it allows me to save it. Okay. I get an error. It says you can't multiply a sequence or a string or a non-integer by a float. It just doesn't work. So you have to convert it. There's a more elegant way to do this, and I'll show you that. Let's open another one. This is probably the best way to do it. Same thing here, but now what I'm doing is I've got a function inside of a function. Start on the inside. First input this. So this is going to become a string here, and then I take the float of the string. So you can do it all in one step. It's just a little more clean. Then I do my calculations or processing. Then I print it out. But this time there's a little format function where I can print out profit as a float with just 2 points past the decimal. There's documentation. You can look all this up. I just thought I'd show this to you. Let's run this one. So the projected profit is 15.18. It rounded off that float. Okay, so that's a little taste of the input function, a little taste of the print, and some other things that you can kind of chew on to know there's always a way to run it just a little bit better. Okay, thank you.